Hello and welcome to this session. This is Professor Farhat, in which we will discuss findings and deficiencies as they relate to the system of quality management. Now, in the prior sessions, we looked at the system of quality management. Then specifically, we looked at the 8 components in 2 separate recordings. We break them into 4. The first 4 were the firm risk assessment process, governance and leadership, relevant ethical requirement, acceptance and continuation of a client. Then we had another recording about engagement performance, resources, information and communication, monitoring, and remediation process. So where does this findings and deficiency fits within this SQM? Well, let's just real quick review what a system of quality. System of quality management is designed to do what? To establish qualitative audit objectives, identify and assess quality risk when it comes to the audit, and implement responses to those risks. Now, after we do all of this, we get to the monitoring and remediation step. The monitoring and remediation step is a feedback loop. It tells us whether the system as implemented is properly working. Simply put, whether we have a system of quality management that's working. How do we know whether it's working or not? When we monitor, we know this. Monitoring generate findings and deficiencies. Now, don't worry about what's finding and deficiencies are. Just know that it's a feedback. It tells us something about what we find. They represent feedback loop, and we're going to define them specifically. But think about their feedback loop that keeps the system effective. So we want the system, if we want this whole system to be working properly, the system of quality management to be working properly, we have to monitor and see what's working and what's not. Now, theoretically, if we find 0 finding or errors, let's assume we're monitoring the system and we're not finding anything. Most likely, our monitoring system is broken. The point I'm trying to make is the monitoring supposed to be an active organic system that's going to give us feedback and in turn make the system better. It's a live system. So if we find nothing, it's a problem because it means the monitoring step is not working properly. So think of an audit system. An audit firm set quality objectives. For example, all engagement file must contain sufficient documentation of revenue testing. That's the audit quality established. During monitoring, reviewer noticed that several files are missing documentation of cutoff testing. Well, it means what? It means we are missing some file. The missing documentation, because we found something, it's an event, it's a finding. We found something that's not working. It's a finding. Finding comes from the word found. We found something. Is this a deficiency? Well, if this finding, and we're going to talk about it later, reflect a breakdown in policy or supervision, then this finding becomes a deficiency. What does that mean? It all depends on what we found, how severe, how often, what's the root causes of it. So what we need to do, we need to exactly discuss what is finding, what's deficiency. I just kind of introduced this topic, but this whole lecture is about those 2 terms as they relate to this step, monitoring and remediation, as part of the system of quality management. Let's go ahead and get started. Before we proceed any further, I have a public announcement about my company, farhatlectures.com. Most students and CPA candidates struggle not because audit is too hard, but because it's taught fast and the logic behind the procedure isn't explained clearly, then everything feels disconnected. At Farhat Lectures, we break audit down step by step. We explain the why behind the standards, the logic behind the assertions, risks, procedures, evidence, so the whole process finally clicks. When the concepts connect, audit becomes clear and manageable. You stop memorizing and start understanding. Ready for auditing to make sense? Start your free trial at farhatlectures.com. So findings versus deficiencies. You need to understand the differences as a CPA exam candidate. You might be just asked about the definition of it. So a finding is an observation identified through monitoring activities. I'm going to give you an analogy. Think of the finding as the check engine light in your car. The check engine light comes. All what you know is something is wrong. What that could be? Well, it could be your tires could have less air pressure than required. It's not a big deal. or it could be your transmission is not working properly. It could be a big deal. So the check engine itself, the light, it means there's something wrong. How did you find it out? Through monitoring activities. Now, this monitoring activities could happen also through engagement inspection. You are inspecting, you are reviewing a specific engagement. It could happen through external inspection, like a peer review. We talked about peer review, or through any relevant quality source. A finding is you found something not working properly. The check engine light came out. Now, not every finding automatically represents a deficiency. We need to know if this finding amount to a deficiency. So in here what we have to do is we have to use our professional judgment to evaluate whether the finding indicate that the quality objective has not been achieved, whatever that quality objective is for us. So we have a quality objective for that purpose. Is this finding not allowing us to achieve our quality objective, or a response to a quality risk is ineffective? In other words, whatever we are doing, it's not responding properly to the quality risk. If it meets any of those, most likely it's going to become a deficiency. So simply put, the safety net, whatever we designed the system to do, did not catch that error, because the safety net is supposed to do what? It's supposed to help us achieve our objective and make sure we don't have quality risk. Those are two serious problems. If it fails those, then we might have a deficiency. Like, this is the beginning of it. We're going to talk a little bit more in depth. There's qualitative factors, more things we have to look at, but that's the basic idea. Let's take a look at this example. The audit firm, has a policy requiring engagement partner to review significant estimate. So that's the objective. We want to review accounting significant estimate. Monitoring discovered that in 3 engagements, the partner review was rushed and undocumented. Well, the observation itself from the monitoring, it's a finding. Now, what do you think about this finding? What would you say? I would say there's a pattern here. 3 different engagements, the partner review was either not rushed and undocumented. I would say a pattern here. The pattern suggests review procedures are not functioning properly. There's a possible deficiency. Now, if we ignore this could lead to audit failure in complex area like goodwill impairment or any other area as well. But the reason I'm saying goodwill impairment, because there's a lot of estimates involved, such as cash flow, estimating the interest rate, the risk, so on and so forth. So we're starting to kind of put our hands, touch this issue of finding versus deficiency. Okay, great. We find these deficiencies. Do we stop? No, absolutely. The purpose of finding them is continuous improvement. It's a connection to continuous improvement. We have to find what is the root cause? What's driving the root cause? So for example here, why are the managers or the partners or someone, let me go back to this example, is not doing the review? Are they rushing? Why are they rushing? Why aren't we giving them enough time? Why? Is it because we want to cut down on time? We're trying to save money. We're trying to finish the audit early so we keep the customer happy. So we want to find the root cause. Remediation also must address the underlying problem, not just the symptom. So we want to find out why we don't have enough partners that are free to do the review. What's happening here? Is it a resource problem? And how serious is the deficiency? In this example, it is serious. And whether it's isolated or it's widespread. It looks like it's widespread here. Its effect on the overall system quality management. Now we found 3 engagements. Is there any other engagement that we have this problem? We also must assess its severity and pervasiveness individually and in combination with other identified deficiencies. Is this the only thing that we're not doing, not reviewing accounting estimates, or do we have other problems and other engagement as well? Regardless, whatever we find, it should always lead to remediation. What does that mean? It means it should influence updates to quality objective and risk responses. We should update our policies, procedures, strengthen the system over time. And this is how SQM becomes dynamic and responsive rather than a checklist driven. Everything we find, we need to find why, the root cause, find the solution, update policies and procedures, improve the whole system.